Are you struggling to lose weight and keep it off while managing diabetes? Have you tried countless diets without seeing lasting results? Do you want to discover how intermittent fasting can help improve your health? My name is Gamden, a holistic wellness coach and the host of the Thriving with Diabetes podcast. I help people with type 2 diabetes achieve diabetes remission and avoid complications so they can live healthier, happier, and longer lives. In this episode of the Thriving with Diabetes podcast, we are joined by Olivier Mankondo, a weight loss and wellness coach. Together, we explore mindset, plant-based diet, intermittent fasting, and weight loss. I hope you find this discussion helpful for diabetes, overall health, and longevity. Enjoy this episode and make sure to subscribe and follow us for more expert tips and strategies to thrive with diabetes. Olivier, welcome to the Thriving with Diabetes podcast.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm really delighted to be on your show.
Brilliant. Do you know, when we talk about health, we cannot neglect mindset. Many people struggle to make lasting lifestyle changes or overcome a health condition like diabetes because they underestimate the power of their mind or mindset. How does a positive mindset contribute to success in losing weight and improving health?
Yes, just like you said, the mindset is the most important thing because you cannot achieve anything if you don't have the right mindset. And that's why you will see a lot of people at the end of the year, they will take a New Year's resolution. Some of them will say, okay, I'm going to lose weight. Some of them will say, I'm going to stop smoking. Others will say, okay, I'm going to stop eating junk food. You will see that they will do maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks at the most, and then they will revert back to their old habit. It's because of their mindset. You need to have a winning mindset. And the best way to have a good mindset is not to use willpower. Because with willpower, it's going to be very difficult to maintain that long term. What you need to have, you need to have the why power. You need to understand why you need to change your lifestyle and stuff like that. For example, if let's say you want to see, you've got small kids and you want to see them growing up, you want to see them getting married, having kids and stuff like that. This can be a why power for you, a positive motivation for you so that you stay on track. And every time, if you fall back, you can still remember that, oh, I need to see my kids growing up. I need to see them getting married and all that. I need to be around. And this will give you the right motivation to be able to adopt this right mindset. Because like I've just said, without a good mindset, it's going to be very difficult to be able to embark in that lifestyle change.
Brilliant. Very interesting information. And you summarize it very well when you said it is about willpower and the big why. So everyone has to have a purpose, and the why will drive the mindset in that regard when we talk about health and overcoming health issues. Thank you for sharing that. I know you advocate for plant-based nutrition, which is becoming more popular, and it may bring some health benefits. Your journey or your health journey is closely tied to adopting a plant-based diet. So, can you share something about your journey with a plant-based nutrition and explain to our audience the benefits of following a plant-based nutrition or diet?
Okay, in my own case, basically, in the past, I was suffering from a lot of chronic diseases, and I was suffering from high blood pressure, severe headaches every day or every other day, dandruff, chest pain, back pain, abscesses, joint pain, and a lot of dental problems as well because of my bad eating habit. And I was always tired. For example, on the day where I had to go to work, I would drag myself out of bed. And on the day where I didn't go to work, I would sleep until 1 p.m. And that's why I decided to adopt a plant-based nutrition. And it was not like I just say, okay, I'm going to do that. It's just that I watched an Indian yogi who suggested that by stopping eating animal product, it was possible to reverse 70% of the chronic diseases. And because my health was pretty bad, I said, okay, I'm going to try that. So basically, I removed all the animal product, the dairy product, and most processed food. And as soon as I did that, I was able to lose a lot of weight. I lost basically 35 kilos in 9 months. And I was able to reverse all my chronic diseases. So for the time being, I don't suffer from high blood pressure anymore. I don't have dandruff. I don't have chest pain. I don't have all these things. And for the past 8 years, since I changed my lifestyle, going to a plant-based nutrition, I've been able not to be sick for a single day. So for 8 years, I've not been sick a single day just because of this lifestyle. And I will ask your viewers, your listeners, if they want to achieve those kind of things, it's possible to do that. And some people will say that, oh, maybe it's just me. But I've got a lot of examples. For example, one of my kids, he had eczema for 11 years. We saw doctors, they prescribed all sorts of creams, but there were no changes. But when he adopted this plant-based nutrition, after 2 weeks, all his eczema disappeared completely. No eczema anymore. So another example, I've got my brother. He was suffering from what's the name of that disease? It's a skin. It was suffering from a skin disorder. I forgot the name. Okay, if the name comes out, I'll just say it. So he was suffering from that.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, he was suffering from that, and basically the doctor put him on a lot of steroids, strong steroids.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. And the doctor told him that he will have that for the rest of his life, and he had that for 8 years. And when basically I introduced him to this plant-based nutrition, that skin disorder was completely gone. So this is to show that when you adopt a plant-based nutrition, it's got a lot of benefit, and you'll be able to reverse a lot of stuff.
Brilliant, brilliant. Very interesting information. Thank you for sharing that and sharing your own experience as well. It's very interesting when you see that within a few months you managed to lose about 35 kilos. That is a big achievement. And now we have been with plant-based diet about 8 years. And you managed to reverse or overcome the health issues that you were facing just because you started to implement or follow a plant-based diet. You shared that with your family members and you saw some good results. That is very interesting to share. Before you continue watching or listening to this episode, I want to take a moment to invite you to book a call with me. If you are looking for personalized support to manage diabetes effectively and take control of your health, visit wellnessimpact.org to schedule a call today. Back to the episode. part of your approach or routine, I think it's intermittent fasting, which considered to be very helpful when it comes to improving health or losing weight. Can you talk about intermittent fasting, either to lose weight or to improve overall health?
Yes. So when we talk about intermittent fasting, it's a way of eating where you eat and for some period of time you don't eat. And basically, what I've noticed is that when because in our society we've been told that we need to constantly eat, but that's wrong, because when you are eating all the time, basically 80% of your energy will go to digest food. So it's a very heavy process on the body when you eat. And basically what will happen is that all the time when you're eating, your body will produce insulin. And when your body produces insulin, basically you're going to age very quickly. And all these spikes of insulin is not very good. And that's why intermittent fasting is very, very important, because without it, eating all the time, like I've just said, your body will speed up the cellular aging. And that's not very good. And as well, when you are not eating, the body will produce what is called the human growth hormone. And the human growth hormone is very important for the growth of a lot of cells in the body. So not eating is very, very important. Not eating all the time is very important for the body, because when you're not eating, that's the only time when the repair process can be done. But when you are eating, the body cannot cleanse and heal. So which means that, for example, if you've got your car and you take it to the garage, you can't drive it at the same time. It's exactly the same. When you are your body is digesting food, it's impossible for the body to clean and heal. So you need to give your body sufficient time to be able to clean and heal, and that's when you're not eating. And when you are also not eating, doing the intermittent fasting, the body will go through a process which is called autophagy. And this process, which is called autophagy, is basically where the body is eating dead and dying tissues. And this is very, very good for the system. And all this will enable you to lose weight and to be able to develop a very strong immune system. And that's why, for example, in my own case, I only eat twice a day. I eat at 12 noon and at 6 p.m. That's the only two times that I eat, and I don't eat I don't snack in between. And because of that, for example, when I eat my last meal at 6 p.m., my next meal will be at 12, so I will be doing like 18 hours without eating. And because of that, my body will have enough time to be able to heal and cleanse. And that's why, like I've just told you, that I for the past 8 years, I've not been sick a single day. And when you do intermittent fasting as well, because the body will not be digesting food all the time, the cells will be able to rejuvenate themselves, and you will be able to slow down your aging process. And it's like me, for example, a lot of people, when they see me, they think that I am in my late 20s, but I'm actually 54. So I've been able to really reverse my aging process just by doing all these things.
Brilliant. Very interesting information. It looks like you are 10 or 15 years back just by implementing intermittent fasting. Very interesting information. So the idea is to eat 2 meals a day without snacking between them. Is that correct?
Yes, that is for my own case. But what I like to ask people to do is to eat, first of all, at the start, because going straight away with 2 meals, a lot of people will find it very difficult. What I ask people is to do 3 meals a day, but they don't have to snack in between. That's the key. They don't have to snack in between. And maybe they will have to have a 8-hour window. For example, if they can eat in the morning and maybe have their dinner and their lunch and their dinner within a 8 hours window. So, for example, they need to make sure that their last meal is at no later than 7 p.m. So then the body will have enough time to be able to heal and cleanse. Because what people need to also to understand is that when they go to sleep and they just eat maybe, 30 minutes before or just before going to bed, it's going to be very difficult for the body to digest all this food because just before going to sleep, the body slows down the metabolism. And basically, when you go to sleep with undigested food, it's going to create loads and loads of chronic diseases. That's what people need to understand. So 3 meals a day for people who start, but no snacking in between.
Brilliant. Very interesting. So the starting point is to have 3 meals, and on average about 8 hours between each meal. No snacking.
Yeah.
That is just the starting point.
Yeah.
Then from there you progress to 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the progression that you need to do. So the first, you have 3 meals a day. You try to cram that into an 8 hours slot, and then the progression is 2 meals a day, and then that's the best thing to do. There are some people who even go to 1 meal a day, but personally, I don't do that.
Okay, so 2 meals a day sounds doable. So many people can do that. The timing, when to eat is up to the person, situation. But you mentioned that we shouldn't eat before bedtime, and you mentioned it's about 7 o'clock.
Yes. The last meal should be at 7 p.m. So basically, what you need to do, you need to leave a gap of 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. So during that time, your body will be able to digest all the food. And what is important as well is when you eat plant-based nutrition, which is fruit, vegetables, legumes, grain, nuts, and seeds. These food get digested very quickly. So within a couple of hours, your body has already digested all this food. And that's why it's very good. So for example, for me, if I eat at 6 p.m., I can go to sleep at 10. And basically, the digestion will be done within a couple of hours when you eat plant-based nutrition.
Brilliant. Very interesting information. I have heard some people say it's not for me. They find it difficult. And why do you think people or some people find it difficult to do intermittent fasting?
Yes. So for me, I think the key is the mindset. It's always the mindset. When you don't have the right mindset, it's not going to work. So as a start, when you just say that, it's going to be difficult, then your mind is going to make it difficult for you. Because what people need to understand is that the mind is very, very powerful. And as soon as you say to your mind, or you say to yourself that, it's going to be difficult, your mind will make it difficult for you and you're not going to be able to succeed. But when you go with an open mind and you say that, okay, I'm going to be able to do that, I will be capable, your body or your mind will make sure that it's happened. So I think that if people can't do it, it's because they don't have the right mindset. And that's why they fail time and time again.
Brilliant. And you mentioned as well, you don't do like a 1 meal a day, but you do it, you do 2 meals a day, which becomes a habit, and you find it easier to follow this routine. If someone wants to try, just they don't want to do it fully, but what is your recommended? Is like the base or the starting point just to try it?
Yes, the starting point, like I'm saying, is that you don't have to go full in. Don't you want to do all that directly? What you need to do, people need to take very small steps. So, for example, in our culture, we've been told that we need to eat constantly because apparently that's what's going to give us the strength, which is completely false. So, let's say if you were eating, I don't know, 6 times a day. Let's take that example. As a start, you can decrease that to 4 times, and then you decrease that to 3 times, and then you start cutting all the snacking in between, and you go slowly, step by step. You don't just say, okay, Olivier told us that we need to go 2 meals a day if you want to reverse your aging process, and the next day you start that. No, you're going to fail most likely. What you need to do, you need to go step by step. So first of all, you reduce the number of meals that you were eating per day, and then you start cutting the snacking in between. You start to introduce a little bit of plant-based nutrition in your diet, and that's how you'll be able to make it. And then you will create the right habit.
Yeah, I think your point is clear, and people don't have to go with 1 meal or 2 meals straight away. Very interesting. Even they can try it once a week. Before you continue watching or listening to this episode, I want to take a moment to invite you to book a call with me. If you are looking for personalized support to manage diabetes effectively and take control of your health, visit wellnessimpact.org to schedule a call today. Back to the episode. Let's talk a little bit more about weight loss. And it's a big topic to discuss, and it's complicated for many people, specifically those living with type 2 diabetes. I want to hear some more information from you about weight loss and your own journey with weight loss.
Yeah. So basically, what people need to understand is that when you eat plant-based nutrition, it's going to be very good for people who suffer from type 2 diabetes, because it's going to enable them to lose weight. Why is that? It's because when you look at the plant-based nutrition, the whole food, which is fruit, vegetables, legumes, grain, nuts, and seed, they don't have too many calories. And because of that, you'll be able to eat more of that. And because they've got fiber as well, so it's going to make you full very quickly. So the fiber will make you full very quickly. And because they've got not many calories, you'll be able to lose weight. And this is very good for people who've got diabetes. And when you eat as well a plant-based nutrition, you will be able to to improve your insulin sensitivity by just doing that. And all these things will be able to enable you to lose weight, because this is very, very important. And like I said, in my own case, I was able to lose 35 kilos in 9 months just by doing what I'm doing. And I adopted, like I said, the plant-based nutrition, where I was eating just all these things. And I was able to do that. And like I said before, people can say that, oh, maybe it's just me, it's going to work just for me. But that's not the case, because I've got my wife, who she was able to do that as well. And for her, she was able to lose 45 kilos just by doing that. And in the example that I gave about my brother as well, he was able to lose 30 kilos. So you can see that just by adopting that, you'll be able to lose a lot of weight, simply because all these food have got less calories, and it's going to be good. So a lot of fiber, which will make you full very quickly, and you will tend to eat less frequently, and for a long period of time, you'll be able to not be hungry. And because they've got less calorie, you'll be able to lose weight as well. So that's the benefit of adopting a plant-based nutrition as a type 2 diabetic person.
Brilliant. Very interesting information, and it's going to be very helpful for people with type 2 diabetes or even other health conditions. It looks like one of the biggest benefits for implementing or following a plant-based diet is weight loss. Is that correct?
Yes, I would say yes. A big point is losing weight. So a plant-based nutrition will help you to lose weight. And it will also enables you, like I've just said, to reverse your aging process, because you will be eating less frequently because of the fiber, which will make you full very quickly. And because of that, your body will not spend a lot of energy digesting the food. And this will enables your body to go to do the healing and cleansing, which will make really your body to work in a very efficient way. And yes.
Yeah, I think there is one important point, which is about plant-based nutrition. It has to be whole food, not processed foods, right?
Yes, definitely, because a lot of people, when they say, okay, I'm vegan, for example, which means that I don't eat meat and all that. But what people do, they tend to eat a lot of processed food. But what people need to understand is that processed food are food that are man-made, and they are not recognized by the body, in the sense that a lot of this processed food have got additive, coloring, flavoring, preservative, which are chemical substances not recognized by the body, and they create havoc. And that's why, for example, when you eat a lot of processed food, which are man-made, the body will not see that as real food. And when you eat a lot of processed food like that, it can create a lot of autoimmune diseases and stuff like that. So when I'm talking about a plant-based nutrition, I mean all food, the food that you recognize in the nature. And as you see as well, in the world, 51% of what we eat is processed food, 42% are animal product, and only 7% are fruit and vegetables. And in those 7%, the majority it's potatoes to make French fries. So we eat very, very little of fresh produce. And when you see 51% of processed food that we eat as a whole, and that's why you can see that a lot of people are sick. And from our research, 70% of the world population is sick. So the best thing is to eat whole food and not processed food. Processed food, maybe you can have that sparingly, but your staple food need to be whole food, which is fruit, vegetables, legumes, grain, nuts, and seeds.
Brilliant. Thank you for mentioning this point. I think it's very important to mention it. I believe that you have written a book called The Plant-Based Nutrition, How It Is Going to Change Your Life. Can you give us an overview of what readers can expect from it?
Yes. So my book, basically, it's got 4 parts. In the first part, I try to show people that we are frugivores. So we are designed to eat fruit, vegetables, legumes, grain, nuts, and seed, and we are not carnivores or omnivores. That's what I'm trying to show people, and I've got a lot of examples that I show. For example, if you look at the digestive tract, you will see that carnivores have got very short intestine, while herbivores and human beings have got very long intestine. You look, for example, at the mouth region, you will see that carnivores have got 2 piercing canines. The incisors are short and the molar are practically not developed, because carnivores have only got 1 movement in their jaws. They can only cut and swallow. They don't chew their food. But human beings and herbivores, they chew their food. So I give a lot of examples like that to show that human beings are herbivores, and to be more precise, we are frugivores. And even when we look at the gorilla with whom we share 99% of the same DNA, you can see that gorilla, they eat fruit, vegetables, and tender roots. They do not eat meat. And in the second part of the book, I show that the negative effect that the animal product, the dairy product, and the processed food can have on the human mechanism. And on the third part of my book, I talk about my transformation, the way I was able to lose 35 kilos in 9 months, and the way I've been able to reverse all the chronic diseases that I was suffering just by adopting a plant-based nutrition. And in the last part of the book, because a lot of time people will ask, okay, you've told us all these things, so what can we do now to be able to live a disease-free life just like you? So in the last part, I give a lot of tips and tricks for people to apply so that they can so that they will be able to live a disease-free life. They will be able to reverse their chronic disease and stuff like that. So, for example, I ask people to start walking outside so that they can be in contact with the sun. I ask them to for example, to avoid eating all these processed food, which have got a lot of bad chemical substances. Or, for example, ask them to stop using the microwave. So there's lots of stuff like that which people can put in practice, or to have a good night's sleep. When they sleep, for example, they need to switch off the light. If not, the body will not produce the melatonin, which is a very powerful antioxidant. So I give lots of advice like that. So that's, in a nutshell, what I talk about in my book.
It sounds like informative and practical book, and the focus on 4 parts. One about the different diets, and the second one is about the negative impact of other diets or meat, that based on meat. The third part is about your own journey, how you managed to transform your health and life. So everything is documented there. And you finish this book with a chapter, a part of it about strategies and tips to improve overall health. There are some tips and advice for healthy lifestyle changes that people can start implementing straight away. Thank you for sharing that. Where can people get from where can people get this book?
Yes, so there's 2 ways they can get the book. They can go either on Amazon and they can buy the book over there, or they can go in my website, which is oliviermankondo.com, oliviermankondo.com, and they can get that over there. In my website, it's cheaper, and on top of that, they get 4 bonuses.
Okay, what are the the bonuses?
Yeah, the bonuses they get, if my memory is good, they got a 7 days detox meal plan, because a lot of people, when they they start this weight loss journey, they don't or they plan this plant-based nutrition, they don't know what to eat, so they can have my 7-day detox meal plan. They can get my 7-day juice feast, and there's other 2 other bonuses just like that they can have.
Okay, very interesting. So you are providing a lot of helpful resources. Thank you for sharing that. I have got another question before we finish this episode. What inspiring message or advice would you like to leave with our viewers and listeners to motivate or help them on their health journey?
Okay. Before I say that, what I wanted to say as well is that I would like to give your viewers and your listeners a free guide, which is my 7 tips to lose weight. Basically, that's the same 7 tips that I've used myself to lose all these 35 kilos, and I would like to give them free of charge. So I will give you the link so that they can download that free of charge. And to finish, what I can say is that people need to understand that when we are born on this earth, the most important thing that we have is our body. It's our temple, and we've only got one. So we need to make sure that we live. We need to make sure that we do whatever we have to do to be able to live a life where we are in good health, where we are thriving, where we can achieve all we need to do. And the only way that we can do that is to have optimal health. And people need to really to take that in their own hands instead of leaving that to other people to deal with their own health. They should take that responsibility back to themselves. It's like me. I was sick. I saw doctors. I saw all these things, but they were not changes. But when I decided to take my health in my own hands, I was able to transform that. And like I've just said, for the past 8 years, I've not been sick a single day. And for the past 9 years, I've not taken a single pill, not even aspirin or paracetamol. So it's possible for people to live a disease-free life. And that's the message that I would like people to understand, that when you grow up, you don't necessarily have to be sick. Because when I started this journey, I was 46. Today, I'm 54, and my health is getting better and better. And I really want your viewers and your listeners to understand that it's possible to live a disease-free life. They just have to start making good life choices, and they will be able to do that.
Brilliant. Thank you for sharing your great, inspiring message. Very helpful message to share with our audience. Thank you for that. And thank you for the free guide that you shared with our audience as well. Is there anything that we didn't cover today you want to talk about?
I think we cover a lot of it, but what I just can say is that if people would like to connect with me, if they want to better their health, basically they can book a discovery call with me. And on the discovery call, we'll be able to look at discuss the history, discuss why they got stuck, what's the problem they're going through, and we'll be able to see how we can help them. And if there's a good fit, then we'll be able to work together to address all these, the situation, the health problem that they're going through. And basically, I will give you the link. If they're interested, they can book a discovery call with me. And I think this will be able to transform their life if they really want that.
Brilliant. Can you share your contact information or social media accounts?
Yes. Basically, my website, like I've just said, it's oliviermankondo.com. That's oliviermankondo.com. And as well, they can go, I've got my YouTube channel. They just type my name, Olivier Mankondo. They will be able to have that. But I will give you the link for all these things. They can see me on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm all over the place. So I will just give you the links, and people will be able to connect me through my social media.
Brilliant. I'm going to leave your links in the show notes of this episode so people can access it easily and go to your website, and from there they can explore your website and maybe book a discovery call with you. Thank you for sharing your contact information. Now we have come to the end of this episode, and I would like to express my sincere gratitude for our amazing guest, Olivier Mankondo, for sharing his expertise and insights with us today. I also want to thank all of you, our dedicated viewers and listeners, for being a part of this episode. If you need additional guidance or support, you can book a call with me at wellnessimpact.org. If you found today's episode insightful and valuable, I invite you to join our community of people committed to thriving with diabetes. To stay up to date for upcoming episodes, empowering discussions, and practical tips, make sure to subscribe and follow us. Once again, thank you, Olivier, for being our guest today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this impactful journey. Until next time, take care of your health and keep thriving.